Hi, and thanks for joining us for another one of Family Marines videos. My name's Tom, and here we're back in our showroom today, and we're going to talk about a Barletta pontoon. So this model happens to be called a Cabrio 20 UC with a triple toon, okay? So by the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the outside of the boat today. We're going to talk about some of the features that it has, then we'll go to the inside, and then we'll talk about some pricing. So starting on the outside, you'll notice that we ordered this one in a matte black with a champagne accent. Now the Cabrio monotone is standard, so the same color is here. The option is to upgrade to a two-tone, which we did on this boat. We added the second tone. These colors are reversible. If you wanted to order a boat, you could get the champagne down here in the matte black or whatever color combination you want. We also did not order the blackout package. Corey, if you scan around some of the boats, you'll notice that a lot of the Barlettas that we brought in have what we call a blackout package, where the rails, the rub rail, the skirting, is black. This is an option. This is an upgrade. This is standard. Okay? But because we had the champagne accent on there, we wanted something to kind of pop that color a little bit more, so we did not order the blackout package on this pontoon. And I think it turned out fabulous. This champagne has a little bit of silver tan in it, and it looks really, really good without the blackout package. So up in the front, you'll notice our docking lights, our LED docking lights are mounted in the fencing, keeping our front deck clear of obstructions. We use a stainless steel corner casting. We've got pop-up stainless steel cleats, our LED navigation lights, and on the boat are 4 of these little clips. Now these little clips are what you tie your boat bumper to. So your boat bumper hangs down here, protects your boat from banging up against the dock, and these are easily removable. There's a little square tab that you push to release it, so you can easily pop your boat bumpers off, throw them underneath your seat in the storage compartment. 25-inch diameter tubes, again with our 125 thousandths heavy-duty nose cones, our heavy-duty splash rails, our full-length skirting underneath the boat to hide the saddle brackets. As we move to the back, of course, I've mentioned this all the time, that an electric power Bimini is standard on all Barlettas. Okay? Now, one of the options that we had added to this boat is the stainless steel stern safety stanchions with chains. And of course that also includes in that package the ski tow bar. Here's why we do that. If you were sitting on this rear facing bench seat, it would be illegal to sit there while underway. So to make it legal to sit there, we have to have these stanchions with these chains. Okay? So as we come to the back, you'll notice the big swim platform that we have back here. Barletta is famous for their very large swim decks out the back of the pontoon. And I'll tell you what, people love these swim platforms. They're so functional. There's so many different things that you can do with this large swim platform. Getting the tubes ready for the kids, getting their life jackets on, getting your water skis on, boarding the boat, of course. The large swim platforms are wonderful. Now, one thing I want to point out about the length. Even though we call this a 20-foot pontoon, the tubes are 20 feet. The deck is a little over 21 feet. Okay? So Barletta measures the tube length. Other companies measure, some of them measure the length overall. So from the very back of the transom to the tip in the front is length overall, LOA measurement. And sometimes you end up getting less boat than what you think. All right. Also in the back are 2 rear-facing stereo speakers. So this boat actually has a total of 6 speakers, 2 in the front, 2 in by the driver and passenger, and 2 out the back. Our gas fill is right in the center, and on the other side is our stainless steel telescopic boarding ladder, which is a really nice heavy-duty boarding ladder. So, one thing that's nice about the triple toons with the 150 horse, by the way, we always package price our triple toons with at least 150 horse. You can upgrade from there, although I believe that this one is maxed out at 150. But you get into a 22 or a 24, you can go up to 250, 300, something like that, depending on the size boat. So this has a 25-inch center tube, 25-inch outer tubes, with 4 lifting strakes. So on the center tube are a pair of these lifting strakes, and on the inside of the outer tubes are a pair of lifting strakes, one on each side. All right. So that kind of covers it for the exterior. Let's take a look at the inside. Okay, starting up in the front of the pontoon, we have 2 nice size bench seats with chase lounges. And these are large enough for 2 adults and very, very comfortable, very ergonomically designed. I love the way that the chase lounges fill your lumbar so you get some lower back support. Then of course we have a pop-down armrest on each side, so that makes it even more comfortable when you're sitting here. So I really like that. That's nice. Soft touch vinyl, like in all the Corsas, or excuse me, the Cabrios. And of course we have storage underneath. Down here we have a double USB jack so you can charge your cell phone. And again, notice how the bottom of the seat bases is finished off with vinyl and foam. A lot of companies today are leaving that raw plastic. I'm not a fan of that. It just, to me, it looks inexpensive, but some people just don't care. Now, a neat feature for 2022 is what's called the doggy dock view. Doggy dock view, yeah. And what that is this mesh piece down here. Okay, there is a hard piece of plastic there, so it's not just mesh, but you can see through it. See my hand sticking through there? So, you know, the design is for your dogs to be able to see out either the front gate or the side gate while you're underway. But what I find is that it's really nice when you're pulling in to the dock and you're sitting at the helm, you can see through here. You can see where your dock is at. It makes it a little bit easier to dock the boat. Same thing coming up to the side of the dock. You can see right through that side gate where your dock is. So that's really nice. Now, an option in this boat is what's called a movable cup holder. So that's one storage bracket there. But these are designed to go into the bench seat, either there or in the split of the 2 seats like that. So you can move this around from the front to the back, wherever you want to use it. Underneath this chase lounge is a trash can, and under this trap door is a table. You see your 2 legs there? You can pop those out, adjust the length, and you have yourself a nice table. Across from the driver is the co-pilot's chair. That's why this model is called a UC. The C represents the co-pilot's chair. This is a very, very popular option for us. The gals, oh my gosh, I'll tell you, everybody wants the co-pilot's chair. That seat reclines, it swivels, it adjusts back and forth. Next to that is a couple of cup holders, a cell phone holder, and below that is a double USB jack so you can charge your cell phone, and a little storage net for putting sunglasses or whatever. And then we also have a cup holder next to in the helm, and of course our always popular pet food tray. Now, some people say, well, I don't bring my pet with me while I'm boating. That's okay, I get that. So, and I don't either. Truth is, I put my wallet, my sunglasses, my car keys, that's a nice safe place to put that kind of stuff so I don't lose it. Interior light there. This one being a triple toon, this is the floor storage locker. Okay, that's huge. We've got the cover for the pontoon laying down inside there now. I could lay down inside there. That thing is so big. I'm 6 feet tall. It's a very large floor storage compartment. Okay, moving back to the ever popular, most popular Ultra Lounge. Okay, one of the first things you'll notice in this pontoon compared to the 22 and the 24 foot Cabrio is that this is put in backwards, and they intentionally do that. The flip-flop on the larger boats is in the front, where this one's in the back. So we can lay facing forward here. We can sit facing the aft here. We can lay this thing down to make a great big bed. All right. We can flip this up and sit 2 people there. We can flip this up. That one also flips up and sit 2 people here. We can flip these up and lay 2 people out the back. I can lay that thing all the way down. All right, so multifunctional. Barletta, I believe, is the only one that has this flexibility in their Ultra Lounge. There's a lot of companies that have this type of bed in the back, but the only option they have is this or this. That's it. We have a multifunctional Ultra Lounge in the back of the pontoon. Over here on the side is our battery on-off switch, which I really like battery on-off switches, because when I leave my boat, I often forget to shut the depth finder off or some of the accessories, and I come back the next day with a dead battery. So all I have to do is shut one switch off and everything is dead. By the way, we do have a gate that separates the rear of the pontoon from the cockpit. That way, if you have little tykes, you don't have to worry about a safety feature, about them coming to the back when you're underway. So this gate is really nice to have. Okay, let's move on to the helm. Now again, we have our high back captain's chair that swivels, slides back and forth, reclines. We have our tachometer with our multifunctional LCD screen, so we can toggle through and see volts and different things in there. We have a speedometer with a fuel gauge and a trim and tilt gauge. Standard is the Lowrance Hook 4, which is a color LCD GPS depth finder. It also has a built-in speedometer, and it also has a built-in water temperature gauge, which I like. My daughter likes. She likes to know what the water temp is before she jumps in. Okay, and of course you got your GPS in there. Below that are all of our switches for our accessories. We have an outlet, a USB, and an 1/8 inch. Now this one is hooked to the stereo, but if you don't want to use a cord between your phone and your stereo, this is Bluetooth, so you could use that with your Bluetooth on your phone. 5-position tilt wheel makes things really comfortable. Our throttle handle. Over here is our up and down switch for our electric Bimini. Again, all Barlettas come standard with electric Bimini. And underneath here is a power outlet. Get kind of dark, I don't know if you can see it, but you could plug in like a handheld spotlight or something like that. That's below our ignition switch. Fire extinguisher is standard on all Barlettas, so you don't have to buy one. That is required because you do have a built-in fuel tank. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but when you go with a Barletta with a 115 or larger, you automatically get hydraulic steering, which is, yeah, it's over a $1,000 item. But Barletta feels that if you're getting a 115 or larger, you need that because of the amount of thrust that the propeller develops, and that high amount of thrust creates a lot of right-hand steering friction. So it's easy to turn to the right without it, but it's hard to turn to the left. So to make it easy to turn both ways, they upgrade the steering system to the hydraulic steering. Which this boat, because it's a triple tune, yes, we start out with a 150. Oh, I was going to mention the maximum horsepower rating on this is 150. Yep, I thought so. Yep. Get to a 22 footer and then you can get to a 200. 24 footer is 250. Okay, so the Cabrio 20 UC is also available in what's called a QC, which is a quad lounge, where instead of the Ultra Lounge back here, you'd have 2 stern-facing chase lounge bench seats. We stock those boats. We stock them in twin tube. We stock them in triple tune. We stock the UC 20-footer in twin tube and triple tune. Variety of different colors, variety of different options, different horsepowers. So yeah, it gets a little confusing as to which one you want to buy. But that's what we're here for, to help you out with that decision. Okay, so I mentioned earlier that I would talk about price. Now, the hard part about talking about price is if you went to Barletta's site and you went to the Build-A-Boat and you chose the model of boat that you want and the horsepower and the options, etc., it's going to give you an MSRP. Now, that MSRP does not include freight and dealer prep. So, freight, if you're 50 miles from the factory, isn't very much at all, where if you're 1,500 miles from the factory, yeah, it's more. Dealer prep, well, somebody's got to put the motor on, somebody's got to supply the prop, the battery, the gas, assemble the boat, clean the boat, test the boat, blah, blah, blah. So there's always dealer prep involved in that. So MSRP on Barletta's site does not include that. This boat, if you were to go to Barletta's site, add everything up that we have here, you'd be looking at roughly a $75,000 boat. Now, Family Marine discounts that considerably, and Barletta asked me not to get into that in these videos or online, so I won't. But the MSRP is right about $75,000 on this particular boat that we're talking about. So, if you'd like more information or an exact price on this boat, please feel free to give us a call. You could call us at area code 320-222-BOAT. That's 222-2628. You can see us on our website, which is familymarineboats.com. And if you'd like to see more of our videos, my gosh, we got 100 or so videos on the Barlettas on our YouTube channel. There's many videos to watch there. Go to YouTube, search for Family Marine Willmar, and you'll see our little icon. Click on our icon, and that'll take you to all of our videos that we have on our YouTube channel. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate it, and hope you have a great time on your boat.